my name is Femi Williams. I'm the current Chief Enabling Officer for New Waves Ecosystem Limited.
Okay, my name is James Odiese. Currently, I'm consulting in the oil and gas sector.
My name is Yamrama Ashama, and I work as a product manager at Cowrywise.
My name is Esther Olowoloba, and I'm currently an intern at Cowrywise.
It's a mixture of a bit here and a bit there. There are things that we perceived better, and there are things that we also perceived a lot more difficult, like walking barefooted to school, starting school at age 7, actually 7+, eating rice only on Sundays, you know. Those are some of the things that characterize those days.
One of my best adult life experience was my youth service in Kano way back in 1987, and subsequently traveling to work in the Niger Delta. You know, I worked in Port Harcourt and Warri, and I remember when we were in Warri, traveling across Nigeria was not a problem at all. You know, on Friday afternoon we could leave the office and find ourselves in Lagos, and you know, come back on Sunday evening. But road journeys is now a no-no, so it's a completely different country.
My first experience with money. I'm not sure if I can remember like my very first experience, but I think what I remember, or that I always like hear like my parents or older siblings or cousins say, is how I was the type of person that you never owe. So like, don't promise me you must give me that money, because I'll keep coming back.
I think my first experience with money was when, you know, when visitors used to come and visit us, like visit the house, like, and they would give us money, and my mom would be like, give me the money, I want to save it for you, and then I'll never see the money again. So I used to cry that my money is to go.
But one thing that came to my mind well was my grandmother sells bread, and she spotted me out of all the grandchildren that this one, the first person to buy from her, she would call me from wherever I was to come and collect the money, believing that I bring good tidings and good luck to her.
In terms of earning money for myself was, you know, my mom was a trader. You know, even though she dealt with fabric, I remember once or twice during the holiday, just to earn money for myself, you know, cooking, go to the market, buy corn, cook it, and hawk it around and earn some money.
Okay, the first time wasn't like working, but my dad happens to be a headmaster. He has some farms, about 3 farms. And sometimes when we go to the farm and you do good harvest, my dad would give us a tip. That would have been my first earning, but it wasn't structured. It was like a bonus that he gives to you as a tip. When I graduated, I served with Chance. That was when I earned the first money. And it was 18 naira, I mean, as a copper. it was good money. I mean, I had good time, and you know, I'm someone who also enjoy life, and we still had fun with the money.
Okay, you know, when I was in school, and you know how ASU is always going on strike, so one of those very long strikes, I decided to be useful to myself and my household. So I went to learn a skill, and then I think I learned how to make bags and shoes and beads. So I started making it, yeah, and then I, you know, got money in return. So,
A particular friend of mine, he told me to help him to build some content for his company. Like he was starting up his company, and also I think that was like I'm still in school, so that was like my first time for like to get money, to work for money. Yes, that was my first ever time, and then I delivered and he paid me.
I remember in 1990 as a graduate assistant at the University of Benin, my salary was 800 naira a month, and it could very well fit into my pocket. And I think those days the highest denomination was the 20 naira note. So, and just a year after, I got a job with Shell, and I remember the employment letter having 19,000 naira as my annual basic salary. So if you compare it with what you have now, 19,000 naira cannot do much. And thinking of 19,000 naira, thinking of the industry, the oil and gas industry, it was a very decent pay.
Every year, personally, also even till now, I always make sure that I earn something. If the organization did not train me, I will go for a course. If it is not a free one, I'll pay to just add a feather to my cap every year, and I've been doing it consistently.
The first thing I ever saved for was a laptop, and the way I was able to do it was I had to use a savings platform and just keep the funds locked for a particular period of time. I didn't even plan it, so it wasn't like I planned to save for a laptop. I was just saving at first, and then the need for a laptop came, and there was like a good deal, and I just withdrew my savings eventually and used it for that.
I always like to save, but I didn't know how to save it, because if I was saving in my bank account, I would eventually spend the money. So apparently I found out about Cowrywise and I started saving, and I was just saving, not because of anything. I was just saving, and then my phone spoiled and I needed a phone, so I had to withdraw my money for a new phone. Yeah.
Okay, that's a very interesting story. I was sitting in my office one day, and then an uncle, distant uncle, came to me and then toasted me about, hey boy, you got to buy land, you are supposed to build, you are supposed to, and that thing made a lot of sense. We started contributing money every month, and then he will take the money. He knows the day we will collect salary. He will come, collect the money, will claim he was doing something, and I never went there. I will go to his house. This guy will take me out to drink, we will just have fun, and I will come back to my house. He will not take me to where the land he was building. Fantastic, no? Until one day he took me there. I saw foundation, because I paid up to foundation level. So I started paying more money for him to keep on raising the building. Then I got to know that one of my senior brothers, who happens to be late now, of blessed memory, he was also doing the same thing for him. I will take my car, I'll go and carry my brother, we'll go to his house. This guy will not take us to where the land is, when we are together. But individually, he will take each one to go and see. Until one day, we were just going there, and I said, Egno, do you know where your land is? He said, yes. I do know where my own land is now. Let's go. So we just went there, and this is my house. And he said, no, this is my own. I said, well, it looks like we have been scammed. We have been seriously scammed. So how do we get out of this? We cannot go and accuse him. We just said, okay, we're just coming. We went to his house, because it's around his house there. So we went to his house and said, no, we're here. Let's go to the... I said, no, the bush there is too much. Cannot enter now. I said, we understand the story. So we just left, and so he will now come the second time the following month. I'll keep him waiting all day. Like, no, I'm coming, just wait, sir. I'll be inside the office. Sometimes I'll go out through the back door. He came for almost a year. We never discussed with him that he scammed us, but we just wrote it off, and that is it. It was very painful, and some of my life's decisions that I would never build has been in me, and till now.
I think I've always had the culture of saving. I think I always have had that prudence to save money, and I never looked to buy anything I could not afford. So, and therefore, in the context of saving to buy anything material, it would have been saving to buy my first car, and also buying our first landed property in Warri.
So we did. I bought my first color TV using such a job. How much was it? 2,000. Okay, I remember we saved like 5,000 naira, and then when we got to where we're buying TV, my colleague said, "Look, 21-inch TV is not as bright as 14 inches. You know, 14 inches is small, so it looks brighter. Black and white though." I said that makes sense. So we bought 2,000 and we spent the remaining 2,000 washing it.
I know esusu, but I think it was too slow for me, mainly because you probably have to wait for your own time after enjoying the first largesse. So I really never participated in it. I say I'm retired, but not tired. I think retirement evokes different emotions from people, but I think for me, it's something that you need to be prepared for. And I took the conscious decision, in terms of my overall career plan, that at 45, I could walk away from any job, so I did it at 48, and I think the main thing is just being ready. I remember engaging your CEO. There was something instructive, a question that was very instructive that he asked me. He asked, what will be your income going forward? Do you have investment that can give you at least your basic salary in retirement? The answer was no. But from then on, I've always worked to ensure that what I get, either from passive or active income post-retirement, must be at least equivalent, but indeed more than what I would have been earning in active employment.
I've gone through my first cycle of retirement when I clocked 30 years working straight. My own philosophy was very simple. I sat down, I did a lot of calculation that if I make X amount of money, I'll be comfortable in life. Comfortable as in take care of myself and take care of my wife. I know my kids very soon will take care of themselves, right? So I was not looking forward to leaving any big thing for any son or daughter. I earn pension now because I called you retirement, so I was forcefully giving some money. And I have some little money here and there. I have investments, in real estate, investments in stocks. They yield some little money that, look, this will meet my basic need.
I don't think I have a plan to retire. So it doesn't mean that I'm not thinking of retirement in terms of, you retire and then you make plans for that. But I'm saying it in the sense that I don't think I have a plan to ever stop working. I don't think I was wired that way. So
I don't want to be idle when I'm old. So I think I would retire, but it's not be like full retirement.
Well, maybe, except if we count borrowing people that don't pay you back, and knowing how to fish out those type of people. So you don't be chasing people that won't pay you back. But I don't think I have like any strong money mistakes story.
Hey, so I'm part of the people that was scammed during that flip something that you give 10,000, they flip to 30,000. So they flipped my money and flipped it away.
Okay, until this concept of retirement came, I'm one guy that get my salary today and I finish it tomorrow morning.
If maybe 5 years ago you just exchange your money converted to dollars and put it underneath your bed, you could have been better. But I wouldn't call it a regret because, you know, in the broader scheme of things, you know, investing in Nigeria means so much to me.
I think it's a yes and no question, right? So one, it depends on where they are going to, and while there are like greener pastures in other countries based on like the things that we see and the experiences that some people have had and then come back to share, right? I would say yes, there are greener pastures, but it's not like you just get there and some of those things will, you know, just fall on your lap or just be given to you on a platter of gold. At the end of the day, hard work still comes into play, and maybe also like positioning yourself properly and knowing why you are even going there in the first place.
If you have the point of going out legally, please go. I will encourage every young guy to go because it creates better chances for you, but don't forget your root. Don't forget your friends, don't forget your network here, so that you still feel comfortable when the twist happen in this country and we move on. Because we are going to grow rapidly, much more rapidly than everybody can imagine, because the country is ready for such transition.
Indeed, there are greener pastures, but I think it needs to be put in the proper context. Wherever you are, there are key ingredients for you to develop and take opportunities. So if you go abroad without a realization or appreciation of those key ingredients, you know, you just coast along.
I have a very simple formula. Any money that I get that is chunky, 10% of it, I just consume it between me and my wife. No story. What do you want to do with this money? We chop that one. I mean, no agenda. We just consume it on whatever we like, okay? The second part of it is, I also have a new baby called Connect, which is the product of my organization. I've been funding everything that goes into that product, okay? Then I divert the rest into my humanitarian work and all that.
What will I do? No, I feel like Okwa is judging me. But okay, so that Okwa will not judge me, I will save and invest part of it, but I will travel and I will buy a new Mac and I will buy shoe. Money are finished. There are days when it literally feels like every single bit of hope that a human being can have for this country is just snuffed out. And but when I see like some of the people who give themselves towards just making sure that things are better, whether that's in social space, whether that's in the workspace, what keeps them going, knowing all the ups and downs and the jaga that you can experience in this country. And so when I see people like that, right, I think it just births that hope in me again that, you know, things can actually be better.
I wish all Nigerians successful and happy independence. Nigeria is we are the happiest people on earth. So out of all the challenges, please find time and create time to be happy. Nigerian cannot give you happiness. Happiness comes from you.
Happy Independence Day, Nigeria. Yes to our dreams of financial independence. Yeah, like you who is watching this right now. Yes to your dream of financial independence coming true.
Happy Independence, Nigeria.
I wish our country, Nigeria, a very happy 61st anniversary. Wishing and hoping that things get better for all of us going forward, and that the good Lord will make a way for us and bring us together, unite us as one indivisible entity, Nigeria, so that we can confront our challenges and emerge a better country.